Okay, we're gonna chop up some mushrooms here. I love to put mushrooms in my meatloaf. I love putting all kinds of stuff in my meatloaf. So I think it's always good to have a good variety. I like to put cheese, bell pepper, onions. Ooh, my favorite is asparagus. But unfortunately, I don't have any asparagus, and you know, we're not supposed to go to the store unless we necessarily have to. And to me, that really wasn't a necessary, essential item at this very moment. We could definitely eat without having that in there. Unless I find some buried in my refrigerator, which you never know. Might find some of those. So we're gonna get cutting everything up, get it in some bowls for you, and show you guys how I put my meatloaf together. All right, let's finish cutting up some bell pepper here. Ooh, you know, bell pepper is great vitamin C. Especially now, we need all our vitamins, possibly. And I know I'm not a cooking channel, but I thought, you know what? Since I'm quarantined at the house, why not show a little, I know I almost got my finger right. Why not show a little bit more of what I do at the house? So I figured I would go ahead and do a little bit cooking. All right, let's chop up some onion. Now, there's a trick I like to do. Hopefully I can show you, which I know I can, is I like to cut like, I'm gonna show you how I do this. This is my favorite knife. I know it's not quite big enough, but you know, when you have a favorite knife, it's almost like having your favorite pair of shoes. You know, I had to put it towards shoes. And then I turn it this way. I chop it so far down. You guys are gonna love this trick. You probably already know this because I am so not a chef. Okay, then I lay it down just like so. Then I just run this right across. Look at that, dices it up already. It's just a little trick somebody showed me one time, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that trick. So I was like, I'm gonna have to try that, because my eyes always water when I cut onions. And for some reason, by doing it this way, it's like I get them cut faster. So I'm not dealing with the onions as much. But it's kind of nice. The only thing is when I get towards the end, I see I have mushroom on my finger now. Isn't that how it works? You always have something somewhere, right? Okay, and then I just chop up the little pieces that's left here. And then we are good to go on this part. Whoops, we don't want that center part. We'll just take it out. And then I just chop this up. Now you know why I chop it the other way, because it would take me literally forever to cut up an onion. Like I said, I love to have my meatloaf thick. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't the way my mother taught me or anything, but it's the way I really like doing it. I like having it thick. Thick and juicy. I don't think my bowl is quite big enough for this. That's okay though. I think it'll fit okay. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, which I already did, was put our pound of meat in, which I do have another one to put in, as you can see here. Before we put on our second pound, we wanna go ahead and add all of our seasoning. So the first seasoning we have here is Head Country. So we wanna go ahead and add some of that in there. Make it yummy, yummy. We're gonna add some more on the top. All right, and then we have our Creole. I love this seasoning. It is amazing. If you haven't had any, you definitely got to try it. And let's not forget about the most important part. We have our garlic salt. Always have to have Larry's. Never be shy with garlic salt. All right, and then we don't want to forget about our breadcrumbs. That's really important. We definitely want to get our breadcrumbs in there. So, sorry, the seasonings are getting to my nose. Most people measure out how much they want to put in. I just toss it in there. Is it right? Is it wrong? We don't know. Okay, then we want to put 2 eggs. We have 2 eggs here, so we want to go ahead and put those in. Smack. We want to put 1 more in. Smack. There we go. Now we are ready to put in our other pound of meat. Here it is right here. So let's put that in. Okay, Then we have all of our other goodies, which we will get to those in just a few minutes. We have our onion, we have our bell pepper, we have our mushrooms. But right now we're gonna mash all this together. So let's get this out of the way so we can mash, mash, mash. I prefer not to get it up my fingernails, so I do try not to do that, but you know, as cookers, sometimes we just can't avoid that factor. Now I do have a small meatloaf pan, but sometimes I make so much meatloaf that I don't realize that my meatloaf pan is too small. So I had to get out my big pan and create a meatloaf pan of it. Okay, so now we got it all mashed up. I'm actually gonna grab some more breadcrumbs because I feel like it needs more. Like I told you guys, I don't measure. I know if you're cooks out there, you're just like, what? You don't measure? Okay, this is looking so much better. Now we are ready to go ahead and add all of our goodies. So let's go ahead and add our onions, which are here. And I got it all over my fingers. Usually I just throw the stuff in there, but I really wanted to show you guys everything that I'm putting in there. Or should I say, my YouTube family. Okay, now, sorry, don't mean to reach around you. We're gonna put in our bell pepper. Okay. Mix that up nice and good. Get that green color up in there. I really like to put asparagus in the middle of my meatloaf. I know that sounds crazy, but oh my goodness, it is so good. Okay, the last thing we're gonna add in, we're gonna add more in there, but we're gonna add in some mushrooms. Get a good color with all this. Red bell pepper is really good, but with the meat being red and the red sauce, you really don't see the red bell pepper as much as you do the green. Okay, so as I'm mixing this, I want you to see how chunky and good that looks. Amazing. Cannot wait to chomp into this one. Wait till you see what I'm going to put in the center of all this. Okay, so now we are going to add in my special sauce. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's my special sauce. So we're going to go ahead and add that in here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add our special sauce in there. I can't tell you exactly what it is because it's a secret. Now we will be adding more when it's almost done. So that will definitely make it not so chunky. So I don't want you guys being like, oh my gosh, look how chunky that is. It will definitely stay together nice and firm. Okay, so here we are mixing all of our meat together, all of our good stuff. And we're actually going to get ready and put it in our pan. So here we are. We are not going to make it this wide, but we definitely want to make sure that we have enough space for everything. So let's get it in here. Now, I do something a little different. Oh, probably not that different. I'm pretty sure other people have done it like this before. So, sorry. Okay, we're going to mold it. We're actually going to put a hole down the center. Okay, let's get that hole right down there in the center. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, looks like we got a really good center. So we're going to add something special to this. Cheese! Who doesn't love cheese? You wash my hands? Okay. So I washed my hands because, you know, we cannot put our hands with meat inside our cheese. That would not be good. This is where I like to put the asparagus, but I do not have any asparagus. So we're not going to do that. think that's enough cheese. What do you think? Another dab? All right, I'll put another dab. If you say so. Okay, so there's our cheese. Now you know why I can never have it. I always have to put it in a bigger pan. Okay, so let's put our topping on top. And then we're gonna put aluminum foil around it so that way it molds it into a beautiful, unbelievable, beautiful, oh my goodness, I think I made a lot. You know, I always say I'm gonna do 1 pound and I end up doing 2 pounds. And you would think that one day I would realize I don't need 2 pounds of meat. All right, so the aluminum foil was really loud. So we want to go ahead and mold our aluminum foil around. We want to make sure that we get our sides nice and tucked in, and we're going to put the aluminum foil on top and get it ready to go in the oven. Check that out. We got about, I would say, 20 to maybe 30 minutes left to cook on this. So we're going to add our toppings. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our toppings on here. We're going to go ahead and get a good amount. We got our special seasoning in here. I'm one-handed right now. I'm actually holding the camera with the other one. Usually you pour a little bit on here, but that's okay. I'm gonna leave the top off so we can get a little brown and crispy on top. And of course, as it cooks, this will go down into it and these juices will go all over the place. Let's see, we got a little bit left in here. So now we're gonna put it back in the oven, like I said, about 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll see how it is, and it'll be ready. We have finally officially got the meatloaf done. Cannot wait to show you on the plates. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, so here we are, and we have our homemade potatoes here. They're not quite mashed, they're a little chunky still. And then we have our great green beans. So as you can see, the cheese in the center. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and hey, share me out. Time for dinner. Gotta go.